Hello, 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 hello. How are you, beautiful people?
Hello.
Good, thank you.
Good to see you, Rihanna. It's been a couple weeks. Good to see you.
Mm, Hi.
Hi, Cece.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Pretty good. Let me see. Let me change this setup just a second. Oh, hold on. There we
Okay.
go. Well, it is so good to see you, beautiful ladies. I am so glad that you joined me here tonight. This one, tonight's class is a low impact class. So we're just going to do a pulse check. I want to kind of check and see where each one of you are. What are some of your successes? What have been some of your areas of opportunity? Um, where are you in your business? So just do a pulse check with each one of you, and I'll kind of share some of the things that I've been doing this week to give you an idea of kind of what your day could look like once you start doing this. I also want to hear what your goals and objectives are for the next 30 to 60 days. Let's not everybody just jump in.
I don't remember the first. What was the first thing you asked? I remember. Okay, you
It's
said.
a pulse check. It's a pulse check. So I want to know, number one, how have you been doing in your business? How's your life going?
Well, my life is doing well. I'm working. My goal is to for this week is to finish my website and flyers to send along with to my Fab 50, but along with my message.
Okay, so
So
have you
that's
been working on your website yet?
I was supposed to do it tonight, but I literally just got home from work and I had to be on this call. So I'll work on it tonight and the
Okay.
rest of the week.
Okay. All right. So what are your goals for your business over the next 12 months?
Like a number? Like,
Like where do you see yourself in 12 months? What are your goals? Like what are some things that you're going to do in your real estate business over the next 12 months?
hopefully, I guess within a year, get like I don't want to say like a number for clothing closings, but just multiple clients and deals because I know some don't. They fall out. I don't know. Just meeting people in the first year, like trying to get something.
Okay. All right. So now what's your objective with real estate altogether? Because I know you have a full-time job, and I think both of you ladies do. Now, is your journey in real estate something that you're just doing on the side, to make some extra money here and there, or is this something that you're looking to transition over to working full-time and building a business, something that you can build generational wealth from?
Yeah, I'm trying to slowly transition since I just got the job. I'm like 2 months in.
Okay.
So I'm like trying to slowly transition into full time. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. So you would eventually want to see yourself as a realtor, and like let's say
I don't know if it'll be
3
within a
years
year
in
though.
advance. Like if you're working at the height of your career and you're doing it, what does that look like? What does your day-to-day look like?
Like, I guess, okay, my day to day as a realtor and
Yeah.
when I want to be, okay, I guess waking up, doing a couple cold calls, emailing, like if I got any leads or stuff like that, take a little break.
Okay.
um, Maybe go online and like look on different websites to see like what's out there, like listings and stuff like that. See, after that, then like network with other agents on like Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that, make connects, and I guess the end of the day, email if you need to email people, check your email, stuff like that. I'm
Okay.
not sure yet. That's like what I
Okay.
see myself doing. I think.
Okay. Excellent. That's a good day in the life. Okay, but I mean, in terms of impact, so how many people would you hope to help?
Oh, I don't. I can't tell. I don't know. I want to help a lot. I don't know, like,
Okay.
how to say it without just saying I want to help a lot of people.
Okay. All right. Now, do you want to just do commercial, or do you want to do residential, or do you want to do a mix of both?
Honestly, I see myself just doing residential, but I mean, if something commercial comes along, I'm not gonna deny it. But I want to like move into like the luxury side of real estate.
Okay. Okay. So,
Because I
see,
watch these people on YouTube, they do day in the lives and stuff like that, and then she's doing the same thing. Like she literally is moving from Keller Williams to EXP, and she wants to do luxury. So I'm
okay.
like watching her thing, and it got me interested. So
Okay. Excellent. So you're in a luxury listing. So you're looking at $1 million houses then in your day-to-day life, right?
I hope to be.
I mean, it can happen. You're speaking it into existence now. So if that's if you're moving into luxury, then don't like, I hope to move in luxury. No, I'm moving into luxury listings.
Yeah, it's just I haven't started yet, so that's what I was saying.
You
I
don't
hope
have
to.
to. You first the thought, then the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that to you guys a lot. First the thought, then the thing. You think it, you believe it, and then the thing manifests.
Okay.
So if your goal is to be a luxury realtor selling $1 million properties from here all over the world, because with EXP, you have the ability to be able to sell real estate anywhere. Pretty much. I mean, we're growing, not everywhere, but really anywhere right now and in years to come. So if that is who you are, then stand in that. And one of the things that I did when I was first starting, I transitioned. I didn't just jump right into real estate, working it full time. I was working in the hospitality industry. And so, but during my calls, I loved it so much. And I think I kind of fell in love with real estate over time. It wasn't even something that I was like all of my life saying, oh, I want to be a realtor. It wasn't that. I wanted to be a singer, a songwriter, and a music producer. So I was completely in that. But I had about 6 years worth of training in customer service. I worked in call centers. And if you guys have ever worked in call centers, you know, I worked in Comcast and I worked at T-Mobile for 3 years apiece. And in those call center settings, you're talking to 80 to 100 customers a day. Mm-hmm. You're working them through problems, always having to resolve conflicts. You're explaining bills and doing things like that. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It was stressful. I had all these metrics to meet, and I always had to worry about making the customer happy, even when the customer was wrong. But what I didn't realize is that a job that I hated so much was preparing me to run my business and to make sure that I take care of my clients. One of the building blocks of my company right now is customer service. That is one of the things that I really pride myself on. That's going out, making sure that I can resolve conflicts, which I was doing all day on the phone. I can de-escalate customers, get angry, help to de-escalate them, get them back on focus. I can make them happy and make them return customers, and not only return customers, but refer me out to other people, because that's our business, is referrals. That is the lifeblood of our business. Is someone is not only liking us, but referring us to other people, trusting us with their family and their friends. And so where you are right now is exactly where you should be. So take this time while you're working for other people to really learn. If they're training you, take full advantage of all of that training, because I guarantee you that the stuff that you're learning today is going to help you in your business tomorrow. Really and truly. So I'm going to come back to you, Cece. And you know what? I pick on you all the time, right? I'm always calling your name. That's because I see so greatness in you, and you just don't even know it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see
nice
so
to
much
hear.
in you. But it's a gift and a curse at the same time, because it's greatness there, but you young and bullheaded. Oh, you remind me so much, yes, of myself. You got 101 excuses, but you still moving forward. You do. But at the end of the
busy.
day, girl, please, you have to determine what you're in it for. If you in it to do your business, then you make time for what is important to you. While I used to be working at those people's jobs, I used to be in between calls, texting customers, sending emails, looking at properties, learning, training. I would take full advantage of all the hours that God gave me. I would be up till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, or I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and study and train, because what I wanted was to work full time for myself. I wanted to be a realtor. I didn't want anybody to tell me how I needed to use my time. I wanted to master my own day. And so I sacrificed. I grind, sleep, 3-4 hours, period. 20 minutes if need be, because this is just the season of your life that's preparing you for greatness, for you to be that luxury listing agent. And so if that means that you want to jump out there, get out there. Don't let weeks and days and months pass you by to get simple tasks done, because this stuff you can do, the bills, this cars, all that stuff can be done in a day.
True.
In a day. I work 18-hour days. Mondays, 18 hours. Because I'm the marketing person, right? So if I have to do any marketing, and it's not going to always be like this, but right now, because I'm a startup, I'm the marketing person. So I have to build out all of my flyers and send out all the text messages to the clients. And I am the personal assistant. So I have to manage my calendar and do all of that stuff. And so sometimes I have to work while I'm tired. But what prepared me for this was when I was working for someone else for 8 hours, and then I had to squeeze 4 or 5 hours of my personal time into my personal business time. It's just temporary. I'm telling you, if you go hard, you can say, you know what? I'm going to get this all done on Wednesday. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move from one task to the next. There's this thing called time blocking. Check it out. Time blocking is where you set a certain amount of time where you are working on one thing. So let's say you get off work. What time do you guys get off work? Rihanna, I'll leave you alone, CC. Rihanna, what time do you get off work? You said 5. What time you get off work, Rihanna?
I get off around 10 p.m.
You get off. So what time do you go in at 2?
It changes. It changes, but typically I start from about 11 a.m. till 10 p.m.
So you're working a lot of hours.
Yeah.
So from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., the only thing that you could do is wake up early. I wouldn't recommend doing anything after 10 p.m. just because of the amount of hours that you're working. Your brain, you're not really going to be retaining anything. You'll be exhausted. So that means that when you come home, you need to be eating, winding down, going to bed, and then waking up. You got to wake up at like 3 or 4. I hate to say that, but if you want to be able to grow your business to where you don't have to work hours like that, you'll have to sacrifice a little bit of sleep. You just got to know which end of your day to do it in. So you can say, I'm going to wake up an hour earlier, and in that hour, I'm going to check the market on Monday. On Tuesdays, I'm going to email my prospects. On Wednesdays, because you can't call people throughout the day, because you're not, unless you decide to call them at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, you can set that up. I'm going to make my calls at 8 o'clock. I'm going to wrap everything up to 9:30 in the morning. And then I'm going to refer out what I can't handle during that time frame until you can transition off. So yeah, you can make it work. Just time block, get your schedule down. And let's say you work 3 or 4 days a week. You can say, okay, well, I work Monday through Thursday. I'm going to rest on Friday. On Saturday, I'm going to do an open house, or on Saturday, I'm going to ride around and prospect, knock on people's doors. On Sunday, I'm going to use the first half of the day to call around and check on my clients. And then the second half of the day, I'm going to use it to prepare for work on Monday. Like being very intentional about how you use your time and strategic about how you use it. Don't burn out. Like, don't burn out. I don't recommend it. I've been there. It's not a beautiful place.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, but just using your time.
I hear you.
Okay, so what about you, Rihanna? What are your goals?
Well, without getting too detailed, my life kind of turned upside down within this past week and a half. So it's been, I don't really have anything. It's been very difficult to focus on real estate, right now. So I'm not able to go as gung ho as I was. So it's like I was wanting to do it like full time, but I think I'm kind of in that part where I need to transition slowly right now. But so I'm still a little bit stuck on exactly where to start. But I think the best thing that I was getting prepared to do was just like networking, spending the time to go to networking events and just like interact with people. Because I've really got the majority of my materials, my website stuff going, but I don't have any idea about exactly how to sell a house, but I'm prepared to be a buyer's agent. So like I'm fine doing that, I am, at least in the beginning, but it's just kind of been stressful figuring out where to put my foot first, so.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. And I don't know what's going on in your personal life per se, but I just want you to know that I am here if you need me. If you need, I'm a big prayer warrior. So if you need someone,
I appreciate that.
I got you covered. And just know that every time that God is getting ready to up level me, it feels like my life is crumbling. And it has been very difficult for me to move forward sometimes because I felt like the ground was shifting underneath me.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I have continued to do is to move forward, take one more step. And if you have to pivot, like pivoting is so important. So whereas you may have thought you were going to be able to have all of this time and all these resources, you may have to pivot and change the structure of your business. Because the good thing about being a realtor is you can do so many different things and still be working in your industry. Mm-hmm. So there are things like you can be a transaction coordinator where you're putting in documents into the system for someone. That's a job. That's where you can make extra money on the side. And the good thing about that is you can do that while you're working another job.
Yeah.
For a couple different agents. And that gives you the ability to be able to grow your business as you need to, but to have that extra little income coming in. And that's not a whole lot of work, just being a transaction coordinator. Right. That takes minutes, and you can do that, anytime.
Right.
And so just thinking of businesses or things that you can do that'll keep you out here where you wanted to network. Well, you may not be able to go to mixers because you're working during those time frames, but you can jump into these real estate groups and start talking to people. Hey, I'm a new agent. Do you have any advice for me? Hey, let me send you a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Have a cup of coffee on me. I would love for us to do a virtual coffee date.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
I'm in a couple of those Facebook groups.
Yeah.
It's like a new agent and prep agent group. It's like a...
Excellent. Well, can you please put that in the group me so that people can join it? Because I didn't even know there was a new agents one.
Yeah, I'm in the new agents one.
Oh, please.
And people post on there like, oh, add my little real estate page. I want people from this state and out of state, like a bunch of stuff. And then people send like referrals and stuff sometimes.
Oh, cool. I like
someone, that. Yeah, someone's come to like Florida who's out there and stuff like that.
See?
It's
And that's
cool.
a good way for you to be able to network. And so with us being a part of EXP, it's a cloud-based brokerage. So if you have to work from home, you can definitely work and grow your business from home. Start meeting people in the world. Say, hey, I'll send you a gift card to Starbucks for $10. Let's meet in the world and have a cup of coffee together.
That's cool.
Tell me about what's going on in your market. This gives you the opportunity to really grow that leg of the business. You join that group and you can make money off of referrals. You get an agent, you refer to another agent, get paid 25% for passing a name along.
How does that work anyways when that happens? Just wondering.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, do you just put your name on like a contract or something? You just get your
There's a contract that you write up and you put both agents and both brokerages on there, and you send the client, you add the client's information to it as well, and it's a referral agreement. It's in the transaction desk.
Okay,
Take a look at it.
I'll check it out.
And you guys determine what the percentage is, and you broker it from there. Yeah, you guys, we are realtors, affiliate brokers. That means we have the knowledge and the business acumen, and now the license to broker deals on behalf of our client. You are a deal broker. I hope that like really resonates. That means that you have got to be agile. That means when difficult situations come, you got to be able to bounce back from it. You got to be able to pivot, get out there and figure out another way to make your goal, to accomplish it, whether that is to close a deal or to sell your first home. You're going to always come against something. I'm going to just tell you that. On every deal, there's something wacky that happens that's unaccounted for. There's this X variable always pops up, sometimes at the very end, and you got to know how to pivot and be agile. Think on your toes. Figure out, okay, if we can't do it this way, then what's another way we can get this done? You're just being prepared. That's all. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me see. Let me tell y'all what I have been doing this week. One of the biggest projects I've been working on over the last couple of weeks is this deal that I'm working with an agent that I sponsored. It's 4.9 acres in the Nashville area, and it's a ground lease. So the client she's actually a client that was referred to me by an attorney that I met. That's why networking is so powerful. Going out, meeting people, talking to people, you just never know who you'll be connected to. And then once you're connected to, just making sure that you have integrity and that you're patient and kind and, even during difficult situations, understanding, because I used to get really mad when I first started. I would get snappy, like, you're not doing your job. Like, I was like, getting with folks, and I still get with people, but but I learned to be a little more compassionate, and it has really won me so much more favor. And she actually sent me a client, and it was, man, I'm gonna tell you, this has been my biggest client thus far. One of my biggest clients. I have some pretty big ones. The big ones take longer to close, though. Remember that. So, but this was a ground lease. And of course, I had to really learn the process. Like, I have my designation in commercial real estate, but every time you're doing something for the first time, there is a learning curve. Because I haven't done a ground lease. I've sold land. I've walked someone through the development process, but I hadn't done a ground lease. And this is a huge one. This is a big commercial project, and it required me to learn while I'm pitching to the client, to use my resources. One of the things that I love about EXP is that we have this wonderful network of agents that do not mind helping if you ask. Well, for the most part, you can go into all these different groups on Workplace. Have you guys gone into Workplace? You in Workplace, CC?
I logged in.
You should really join a couple of the groups on Workplace, because those are the places I get referrals from, and I ask questions in there when I don't know something. And sometimes some people will answer. It just depends on if the deal sounds attractive, then they'll answer. Somebody will eventually reach out to you, but if you don't, you pivot. And so I began to research and use some tools, because there are some classes that I've already purchased and that some of my other agent friends have purchased that went over this. So I was able to take those classes, and you may have to invest while you're working on pitching for a deal. Like you may have to take a class or jump in the world and ask someone a couple different questions. So don't be afraid to do that. If you don't know, you don't know. You know, don't try to broker it without getting help. And if it's something that you haven't done before, get help. Get help. The good thing about it is I've worked commercial deals before, and I have my commercial designation. So I was able to draw from my knowledge base to get it done. But had I not ever done it before and I didn't have that knowledge base, I would have left a lot of money on the table. I could have pretended not only leaving money on the table, but I could have got my client in some trouble. Or I may not have been able to meet her needs or expectations. So that's one of the biggest things is y'all stay trained up. There's always some new class in EXP world. I don't care if it doesn't sound like it's going to be something that you need. You're going to need it one day. There was this 1031 exchange class that I took, and I didn't know anything about it, but I took the class, and you better know it came up. Like right after that, I ended up doing the deal that involved the 1031 exchange. And when they sent the documents over, I knew what they were talking about. So my advice to you guys is to, if you can't get out and knock on doors, or you can't get out to talk to people, or if you're in this stage where you're still kind of building on your website and stuff like that, take some classes. At least set aside some time every week to take some classes, because there's a lot of stuff to learn. So, did either of you, if you didn't, that's okay, reach out to anybody on your Fab 50? Okay, that's okay.
I talked to one person, but she's my auntie. So.
Hey.
But I'm working on, yeah, because I already know for a fact they're going to choose me to be their agent when they buy their house. So I was just chit-chatting. But I got a couple on my list I'm going to get in contact.
Well, I know, because when you started, you told me you were all about the bag, honey, and you leaving thousands of dollars on the table with these Fab 50.
No, I know. It's about my bag. I just got a full-time job. That's the bag I'm about right now. But I'm trying to work. I'm trying to transition into getting another bag.
That's how you transition, by working your Fab 50. That's how you make that money.
Together.
You make that money. I'm trying to tell you, listen, once you start getting those real estate checks, honey, the 9 to 5 money is a whole different thing.
That's he said once you get your first check, you're gonna be like you're gonna be a whole different person.
Girl, please, you just don't even know. The money is good. And it's very good. Let me tell you, because I went part-time when I started, and then I went full-time being realtor, right? And I went back to go get a job for a couple months. And I worked so hard for 2 weeks, and I got my check. My check was like $400 and some dollars. It was like, listen.
Or 2 weeks, 1 week.
I think it was per week. It was so bad. It was so it was like no money at all. I got my check, and I was just crying. I was just crying, and I called my mom. I said, "Mom,
I know.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired, Mama, and I'm still broke."
Oh.
I worked so hard for 2 weeks for no money. But in my real estate business, I get pay at least $106 an hour. Like what?
Yeah.
Like your whole perspective will shift when you close your first deal. You see somebody write you a check for $10,000 or $13,000 or $20,000 with your name on it, and you may not have worked a full 40-hour week altogether. And if you did it on your time. You may have worked more than that. Don't let me. We put in our time. I'm going to tell you that now. You have to work. But the reward is a lot more in line with where I value my time. And I'm not trading time for money anymore, really. I'm using my skill set, my knowledge base to broker deals on my client's behalf and to secure the bag. All right. Do y'all have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. Not right now.
Anything y'all want to know about real estate? Y'all, because in a minute, I'm just telling you this in advance. I'm about to get really busy. I already know.
I got
It's getting it's heating up out here. And a couple things that we're gonna do. We have coming up, and I need to touch bases with Angela. We're gonna go to Franklin. So are you guys working on Friday, on Saturday?
I can make time.
Every day.
Okay, so you may miss out on this one. So we'll go on Saturday. We'll go to Franklin and we're doing a tour around the city just to give us an idea. One of the things about being a realtor is you want to make sure that you know what's going on in the city, what's going on in the area. Different pockets of people kind of live in different areas. Like, you know how over in that 5 Points area, that's more of like your hipster type vibe people that live over there. It's certain people that I would take over into that area, and I know that they're going to just fall in love with it once they see it. Or, if I'm looking for someone who's looking, they want to start a family and they don't really want to be in the city, but they like, living in a nice area, I might send them to Franklin or send them to Brentwood. But in order to send them there, I got to know what's out there. So we're taking a tour of Franklin.
Cool.
So if you can come, please come. I'll send the details.
Definitely send the deets.
This weekend. So hopefully you can be there. Also, we're going to be gearing up to do an open house. Yay.
Cool.
Open house. Open house. That's so fun. And the good thing about this is I'm going to allow you guys to work this open house. Not only work the open house, but come up with like an idea. What is the theme of this open house? We're going to come up with a theme. We're going to come up with a marketing strategy. And then we're going to work it.
Okay. Cool.
So when I started, I loved open houses.
I've never worked
with a client. You've never worked one before?
No.
Okay, that's where you get your clients.
Okay, I'm excited.
I've been to a couple.
Oh, really?
You've been to a couple?
Yeah, but I didn't work one. I was with Lawrence at a couple of his houses.
Oh, cool. Did you? Oh, but you were just there. You didn't work it.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I was just standing there and like looking around and watching him do his thing, and then I put the little sold thing on the little sign out front.
Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work it. We're gonna work it. Now, again, you guys know that I am training you the way that I run my business. Of course, you guys run your business the way that you see fit. So if you see something I'm doing, you're like, you know what, I like that. If you be like, I don't know if I want to do all of that, I'm just gonna do this. It's your business. You make it your own. That's what I love about real estate. I can do what I want to do.
Very cool.
But I'm excited to share with you guys, and I'm excited to see you work this open house. And you better work it like a second job because, guys, I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all are my first class of mentees, okay? So I'm going to be hard on all of y'all here and there. I'm going to light a fire because you all are representing me and I need you to get your sales. I really want you to get your first 3 sales in 90 days or less. That's what my objective is, really. But y'all playing.
Great.
Y'all really playing. Y'all playing. Y'all probably got one whole week before I turn into the crazy mentor trainer lady.
I got you. I'm gonna get my game up.
I need some deals. I need some deals. The first 90 days, y'all are the first class. I need y'all to get out here and sell these houses. No weapon, no obstacle, no excuses, execution. Let's get out here and get it. You have got to be the most educated agents, the most agile agents, and you have got to be the most hungry agents. They got to know that nothing gets in our way and that we're going to accomplish our objective by any means necessary. You selling luxury listings, CC, then you need to have all of the luxury listing magazines that come out. I need to see your picture in the luxury listing magazine. I need to see you taking your pictures in these luxury listings, jumping on exp.com. Hey, Jay Nelson, I see you got a $1.5 million listing. Can I take a picture in it? Can I do an open house there? Shoot. I did. When I first started my year 1, I was all in those $1 million houses doing open houses. Absolutely. Everywhere your feet tread, honey, you better go where you want to be and make sure that they know that you're there.
I have a question about that. I don't want to sound slow though. So like when someone else is listing the house and they have an open house and you go there and you work there, any of those clients you can potentially get as your clients for that home?
Yeah, they'll let you take the buyer. Yeah. You can call them and ask them to host an open house. As a matter of fact, I want you to get us a luxury open house listing. We're gonna work open house. I want you to get on there. You find the EXP agents with the $1 million listings. Look for stuff that's been sitting there for a little while that you kind of like, or maybe something that just came out, maybe, and they haven't done an open house. Call and talk to the agents and say, hey, I want to do an open house for you. Is it okay if I market your property? Me and my team want to do an open house. I got a team that'll work with me to do it, and we want to market it.
All right.
All right. You get us a farmhouse.
A farmhouse style house?
Rihanna, no, you get us a nice luxury listing. Rihanna, can you get us like a farmhouse?
That's actually, it's so funny because that's actually my neck of the woods that people that I've talked to actually want that kind of thing.
Can you get us one of those then?
I will do my very best.
No, yes.
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 Do you have a phone, a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a computer?
Yes.
Do you have no obstacles? No obstacles. You can get it done. And if you don't know how, you can text your mentor and say, Christina, can you tell me what I need to do? Yeah. And I got you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Farmhouse, luxury. And see, this house better be fat too. Nice.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you your listing. Well, our listing.
Open house. Let's go. We are in there, and when we go to we're dressed in the part, okay, guys? Because I'm extra, okay. So when we're at the luxury listing, we are dressed like luxury. We at the farmhouse, we wearing overalls.
Yes.
Ooh, overalls are cute. I need to get me some.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We are working it. All right, ladies.
All right.
Because we're gonna just have fun with it. Like, just let's have fun with it. This is fun.
Yeah.
It's about to be summertime. Think of the theme that you want for your open house. Say we're gonna do a nice open house. My first open house, it was a friend of mine. He sold his house and it was in a subdivision in Spring Hill, but he had like rebuilt it from the ground up because it was in a fire. And he had this beautiful long deck. It was like wrapped around the whole back of the house. and it was just wide. It was just gorgeous. He had everything. He had walnut floors. He had a wine cooler, double ovens. Of course, everything was like stainless steel appliances, and he had 3 bedrooms en suite. Like, it was just gorgeous. Italian marble. Like, he really went all out in this house. And so that was my first one. What I did was a barbecue theme.
Oh,
So
cool.
because of the deck was like, I made sure, because I really liked the deck and I knew that that was a conversation piece. I used, instead of using the picture of the front of the house as my main picture, I used a picture of the back of the house as the main picture with that deck, because no other house in the neighborhood had it. This house sold in actually 1 day, because he came to the open house. I didn't let anybody come out until the open house. So I wouldn't let anybody do anything until then. And so I set it up as like a barbecue like a neighborhood barbecue in the backyard. I dressed up and put on like an apron, and I carried cupcakes to the neighbors and invited them out to come. Like, I went all out with this whole theme. I was baking cookies. So because the smell of cookies make people, want to buy food, cookies, popcorn, stuff like that just makes people, want to want to buy stuff, they make people feel at home.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing all of that in the house. We had the cookies baking. I got the apron, walking around the house, showing people. And it was so beautiful. Not only did we sell that house, because the people came out. I remember they got their agent off of Redfin, and they came out that day, and then they left and came back later on that day without the Redfin agent to look at the house one more time. That's how much they loved it. And they put the offer in the next day, which was like phenomenal. And it was for overlist. And it was just, it eventually sold it ended up being $20,000 than what he originally thought that he can get for the house. 20,000 more than that. And it was just really, really cool. And not only that, but it was on HGTV's Property Brothers show.
Wow.
Yep. I brokered the deal. They wanted to use the house.
I forgot they stay here.
Wow.
Yep, they wanted to use the house on the show. It was a nice house, for real. And so they wanted to use the house, so they reached out. I was like, yeah, but my client was like, I don't want to use the house. They ain't going to pay me. And so I was like, hey, are you going to pay? And so I was able to broker a deal for them to, use his house. Like, it was dope. It was dope. Really, really, and I'm so glad that I put that much energy into the first open house, because it set the tempo for how I do my open houses now. Like, I know that I need to put out all of these signs. You have to have a lot of signs. I got that from Jay Nelson. And I know that I need to go talk to the neighbors and send out, flyers and information, welcoming, inviting them out. I need to knock on the door and welcome them, let them know that they come check a look. Like, there's certain different things that you need to do to get people out there to your open house. So you got to think like you're the neighborhood coordinator. Party promoter, because you just never know. Someone could be like, well, my mom's moving here and I want her to be next door to me. Or they could be like, man, I love how much traction you got, with people coming out to this open house. You know what? I want you to list my house. Boom. You got another listing in the same neighborhood. Now they see 2 of your signs in the neighborhood and they like, ooh, she's doing it. That's the girl, Rihanna. That's easy right there. I see her on all the houses. Only 2, but they see you on all the houses. Now, I must call her. I know Sarah got her. Oh, well, if Sarah's using her, I'm going to use her. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't keep you ladies. You have your agenda. Again, I said today was going to be a chill day. Hopefully you will leave this call tonight feeling inspired,
Yes.
pumped up and ready to go.
Mhm.
90 days. I hope y'all did y'all training. Because I'm not going to pass you if you don't do your little training thing. You're going to still be in the mentor program. And I don't want you in here either. So I hope y'all do y'all training.
Mhm.
Because you would hate to have to be like, man, I'm about to graduate, but I can't because I ain't do this little. That just will take you 10 minutes. You can do it. Okay, maybe not 10 minutes. All right. Y'all have a beautiful, huh?
Are you talking about the Mind Flash class?
Yes.
Okay. I was making sure. Okay.
Yep. You can finish that Mind Flash training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. That's lightweight.
Yeah.
Who is that over there?
This is Kobe.
Kobe.
Oh my gosh. 1 second.
He just woke up.
Hi, Kobe. Oh, what is this breed?
He's a Chihuahua Beagle.
Oh, but he's cute though. Chihuahuas usually
Yeah, and he's tiny.
Huh?
I don't even know. Well, when I got him, they didn't know his breed.
Oh, who is
What in the
that?
world?
It's a hedgehog.
Oh my goodness, is his name Sonic?
She's acting weird. This is Pumpkin.
Hi,
Oh,
Pumpkin.
wait, put him in the camera one time. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's adorable. She's my baby.
Oh my gosh, is she prickly?
She is. I don't know how to get it so you see her.
I see her.
Yeah.
Is she prickly? Like if you touch her?
Yeah, but she has her quills down, but when she gets anxious, she'll spike up.
Oh, does it hurt?
Not really. You just have to soften your hands, and you can. She calms down.
Oh, oh, what made you get a hedgehog?
She was like the best first animal to get because she sleeps like 20 hours a day.
Oh, so that's your first pet?
Yeah, well, like living outside of home,
Oh,
so yeah, and in an apartment.
Oh, that is so cute. And what is she just a cuddly thing there, looks like?
Yeah, she is. She gets a little bit. She likes her space, but I don't like her to have space. So.
Kobe cuddles, and he's obsessed with cuddling.
Oh,
like at nighttime,
Kobe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he cuddles so much at night.
Oh, you guys
needs,
are your fur babies.
I love the dog. Oh my gosh.
I said you guys are your fur babies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Little Kobe. You gotta bring Kobe out. I don't know if you can bring the hedgehog out.
I can't. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, well, bring Kobe out. We'll put him on a jersey or something.
Yeah.
Put him to work.
That'd be cute.
Kobe will act crazy.
Oh.
He's so cute. He's gonna get all the attention.
I know. Especially when he was a puppy. He got so much attention when I first got him. I'm just like, ugh. Like everywhere.
He's famous. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you ladies go. It's time for me to wind down, literally.
Yeah.
Have a good night. I will see you next week, but I'm gonna touch bases with you this week about this weekend.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Night,
bye, ladies.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.